I'm outside a U.S. federal court where Palestinians are testifying in an unprecedented lawsuit against the Biden administration for its complicity in Israel's genocide in Gaza.
Just the fact that we were granted this hearing is a huge victory for all of us who are here representing our family members, those who have been killed by the Israeli army, with U.S. support, with our tax dollars.
Palestinian human rights organizations, along with Palestinians in Gaza and the U.S., filed the lawsuit against President Biden, Secretary of State Blinken, and Secretary of Defense Austin for their failure to prevent and their complicity in Israel's ongoing genocide.
I can't think of another time in federal court history where we've had Palestinians take the witness stand and speak about their experiences with Israeli violence.
The mood in the courtroom was emotional. We heard heartbreaking testimonies of how these plaintiffs have been personally affected by the widespread death and destruction in Gaza.
Part of my testimony was about the heartbreaking footage of everything I've ever knew being destroyed. My neighborhood, my kindergarten, my university, every place I had memories in. The three defendants have blood of Palestinian children on their hands.
I felt compelled to testify that what's happening in Gaza right now is a clear-cut case of genocide. They're not just going after military targets, they're going after civilians, and they're trying to undo the conditions that support life in the region.
Today's hearing is the first step in what plaintiffs hope will be a U.S. court order for Biden to stop diplomatic and military support to Israel.
Just today, one of my cousins finally got around to telling me the really horrific, gruesome details of how we had to bury the parts of my cousins and his mother with his own hands in a mass grave. And the other surviving members are dispossessed and displaced and starving. I promised them I would do everything in my power to speak on their behalf to put an end to this genocide.
The Biden administration has bypassed Congress multiple times since October to sell arms to Israel and has blocked efforts to secure a ceasefire.
He needs to immediately stop the genocide, and he has the power to do it. He's been sending more military hardware, sending more funds to Israel, and we say enough is enough.
The Biden administration argued in court that foreign policy is decided by the executive branch, not the courts, and so this case should be thrown out. The testimonies today came on the heels of an International Court of Justice order that Israel must take all measures to prevent a genocide in Gaza.
I think it's really an incredible moment in history and a very strong message that the world refuses to stay silent.
Over 26,000 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza since October 7th, at least 10,000 of them children. The hearing today ended with the judge saying he's going to be taking everything into serious consideration and that this will be one of the most difficult cases this court has ever tried.
My cousin keeps telling me, tell everyone, tell anyone who's out there on the streets or in their homes or calling their representatives to keep doing what they're doing, because that makes them feel that they are not alone, that they are being heard, and that